Right.
I mean, 'cause this is what this is, right? I didn't see it. Did everybody see it?
Yeah, we all saw it.
Well, everyone's saying it's like single white female. And to be fair, I saw single white female. At least I think I did. I don't remember a second of it. But I looked at
Like
the
this
synopsis online. I'm like, oh yeah, this is single white female.
It's note for it's almost note for note. It's like single white female for dumbasses. That's all.
I feel like
really all it is.
Single white female like spawned a cottage industry of thrillers like that, because I've seen so many movies like this, and this is just one more. It's almost like it's not even a story; it's a phenomenon that must repeat itself every few years.
But that's pretty normal in horror to a certain extent, and they get generally either they get more and more meta, or with little variations, or they get more and more watered down, or usually both at the same time. This is like so watered down that it's literally bloodless. There's nothing to recommend inside of The Roommate. There's no strength to it. It is just the clone of a clone of a clone of a clone of a clone, to where there's just none of the original DNA left at all, or character at all. It's just bleh.
It's as if the fucking CW produced it. I mean, directed it.
The CW shows are better than this.
Well, and I say that too.
Channel where they couldn't show much.
And I say that too because it seemed like every fucking soundtrack or band that the CW has pushed is on this fucking soundtrack.
Hell, it's even got the girl from the Vampire Diaries in an appearance in it.
Which girl?
She plays the old friend who, like the previous girl who was stalked.
Oh, she's the Vampire Diaries?
Yeah, she's the main girl from the Vampire Diaries.
There's a girl
from the Disney Channel.
Oh, fair enough.
She's on Phil the Future forever.
There's another actress in here who's one of the quote unquote victims who is actually on a CW TV show right now.
Yeah. Well, I would be surprised to find out that every single member of the cast isn't from one. So there's a lot of people who you're like, I've seen them in a television commercial for a show I don't like, but
What is this? Okay, so for people who haven't seen
single white female,
what is this about?
So you got basically Minka Kelly is a new girl from Iowa who's starting to go to this college and take her design classes. And
I'm so excited. I just turned 30 and I'm going to college.
Ally Michelle is her partying friend, as Ally Michelle always plays, because she was the same partying friend in Easy A. But then they go out party and they come back, and then suddenly Minka Kelly, she's got a new roommate, Leighton Meester. There's some girl named Rebecca who's like, oh, your new dorm mate. And this friend that she has, this new roommate, is she's very chummy, like chummy in a way to where she's borrowing her stuff. But when the girl tells her like, hey, don't do that, she goes, oh, okay. But she's doing little sneaky things here and there. She's eyeing her new boyfriend suspiciously. She doesn't like that she has other friends at all. She takes her home to meet her parents, but even you can see her parents are kind of freaked out by her. It's all like it's like little subtle things, and I appreciate subtlety.
What's the thing? It's like this has happened to all of us with real people.
Exactly.
Where we miss all the subtle cues, and it's not until the shit goes down that you look back and go, man, I can't believe I didn't
and you have all your other friends come out like, yeah, I wanted to say something, but
Well, you know what?
I thought that was your friend.
I'm completely shocked that you're saying that right now, because maybe that's why this kind of shit never happens to me, because I see these signs easily because people are fucking crazy. Period. Whenever somebody's hanging out with me, I'm expecting them to be fucking nuts. And the thing is, the problem with this movie is that, okay, it's a very simple plot core.
Yeah.
You have a normal person who just wants to have an average day at school, and she gets roommated, she gets bunked with a fucking crazy person.
Where were you? Hi. I kept on calling and calling. Rebecca, this is Steven. I'm going to bed now. I'm glad you're okay.
Yep.
And that's all this movie is. And every time this normal girl has a problem, that problem somewhat gets resolved in a weird, fucked up way, and you're like, okay, who was the last person I talked to about this problem? Oh, you crazy woman. And something crazy happened to this person who I didn't really like all that much, but it really didn't bother me all too much that something bad had to happen. But this keeps happening. It's like one thing, I have this annoying boyfriend. Something happens. I have this cat problem. Something happens.
like the boyfriend disappears, the cat disappears.
You're fucking going. You're in college. your brain has to kind of have to work in some way. How are you not figuring all this shit out?
What's
by
is
now?
weird is that we both hate this movie, I think, equally, but I totally disagree with you. I think that it did.
That's why
I
you
didn't
always.
think
That's why you're always the victim.
No, no.
That's why you always are the victim.
That's why you can't just go stabbing people the moment they come up and talk to you, co-host. That doesn't.
What the fuck? That's what he. Yeah.
Yeah, wait. He's the crazy person. That's what it is. That's the problem. That's why it takes one to know.
I was about to say, you two can't separate from each other. That's why Combs is always behind you.
I can't believe I didn't see this until now.
There is that thing when you watch it. It's like we live in a time now where people, are more, stalker sensitive or quick to say somebody's creepy.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think they might be obsessed. So
Facebook.
It would be harder to get away with some of it, just
Yeah.
because people, these days are more paranoid about this kind of stuff. But realistically, the girl was good about keeping it low key enough to where you could see how somebody could miss it. Especially you're in college, you got a lot of stuff going on. You aren't looking for somebody to do that. And this person, at times is genuinely being a good friend to you. Like with times when you need something, they're there to help you.
Yeah.
And so you have problems and they go away. Being the audience where we can see it all, it's easy for us to go like, oh, you don't
Yeah.
see that. But when you're in the situation, you might go like, wow, I'm glad that worked out for me.
But that being that way is also one of the downfalls of this
Yes,
film
it's so
because
subtle
it's
that-
boring as
Boring.
fuck. Nothing is happening in this movie for 3/4 of it. Just nothing. Even when there's an event, like the crazy bitch is gonna do something crazy, it's really just kind of lame. It's like, well, really, that was it. That was it. That was the whole craziness that we saw. And then, like I said, it all builds up to a big dumb and might I remind you completely stupid ending because. Like, all right, so you've got a moment that depends on them not being able to call for the police because the phone cord has been yanked out of the wall, which they announce. Oh no, the landline phone, it's dead. Even though on the way to this place, we see the girl pull out her cell phone and call her boyfriend.
I was about to say,
They're
Yeah.
on cell phones constantly through this.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like one of those like, oh, is there a chance she left it behind? They show her on the way talking on her phone.
well, I was about to say, she has a landline. She deserves to die.
Yeah, right there. It's like,
Who has a landline
these
these days?
Now, we didn't mention the weird cameo in here by Billy Zane as the fashion
Not a cameo. He actually had a role.
Yeah,
He did actually have a role.
We have seen Billy Zane and probably since Titanic.
Yeah.
And he shows up as some.
Well, nothing that wasn't straight to DVD.
Right. But he's just like a broke down, horny professor who's just wanting to have some sex with some of his young students. And it's
What professor doesn't?
but it's just
I
sad.
was in,
that
I was in
Billy
Titanic.
Zane- You remember how handsome I was back in the 90s?
Professor Boutte over here. He's like taking his wedding ring off right in front of
he's also
girls.
like, right in front of girl. Like what the girl's trying to hit on him, and you see him taking his wedding ring off, trying to hide it, but not doing a good job of it. Just quick to like whip that shit off.
Dropping that shit, picking up bombs.
Actually, that is what happened.
I just hated how in a movie like this, like even the guys are overpowered by this fucking munchkin of a bitch.
Yeah.
And then you're looking at it going, really? I mean, fucking really?
It's that crazy people strength thing that people believe that though.
Well,
They
the thing
buy
is-
into that.
Look, the thing is, maybe this movie needed more guys to really spell it out to this chick. Like, look, your friend over here is fucking nuts. Because there was a scene where the chick looks at a bottle of medication, and it's completely full, and she's like, oh, maybe she just had this filled. Maybe she's been taking it all along, but she just had this filled. And the boyfriend's looking at her. No, you stupid bitch. She hasn't been using it. She's fucking nuts.
Well, he didn't say that because he hadn't had sex with her yet. So.
But I mean, it's just the logic of that scene made me go, you know what? At this point, I don't give a fuck about this girl anymore. I'm looking forward to her death or something bad happening to her, just to teach her a lesson about being stupid and not being aware of your surroundings.
Co-host is right. Right, the boyfriend is like having to like spell it out. He's like, "Look, you dumb bitch."
There were 3 other events before that should have like clued her off.
It's hard to tell with a boyfriend what he was doing because he had one facial expression in the whole film. That guy may have been one of the worst
What's that
actors
guy's
I've
name?
ever seen in one of these.
Whenever that guy,
I know what he is. He was an Easy A. His name is Cam Giganet.
Oh, he is awful.
Whenever that guy-
Gigantor, whatever his
whenever
name.
that guy's in a movie, it's guaranteed to be stupid and terrible.
That's
You like we're talking about him or Billy Zane?
No, I'm talking about both of them. But I'm talking about the guy who plays the
You know
boyfriend.
that scene in Tangled where the thief Flynn has all right, I'm gonna give you the smolder, my look. where I put my eyes together, knit my brow to try to look handsome. This guy does that look throughout the entire film.
No matter what is supposed to be happening in the scene.
It's like enough.
Oh, he does. Oh, he has the steel blue.
Steel blue.
From
Oh, you're talking about that's Blue Steel.
Blue Steel, whatever.
What, with Jamie Lee Curtis?
No, from Zoolander.
Oh, okay.
I was looking at this and I was hoping it's gonna be like some lesbian love thing.
They can't
You
even
watch
do
the
that
whole
right.
time thinking,
Yeah.
please, come on. Okay, you got all these hot chicks in there. Just give me that. I mean, this Minka Kelly girl, she's like a cross between Jessica Alba and Rose Byrne. It's like, okay, take something off. Dude, keep me invested.
Side boob, at least.
Anything.
And there's nothing. I mean, you make a horror movie without boobs, without blood, without a plot.
How is it a horror?
How is it even a horror film? There's
not.
nothing
It's
scary
not.
in it.
No, I mean, really, you think there's more to it that I'm leaving out, but there's not.
So let me just, if I can put this all together here. Dumb characters, a horror movie with no horror, no blood, and it's just completely dull too. Is there anything good about this?
I can't think of
No,
anything.
the fucking ending is good. Yeah,
Well, just because it's over.
Yeah, exactly. No,
Yeah.
there's nothing good about this movie. I mean, this movie actually had me frustrated.